Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and back for some more Age of Wonders 3. In the last episode, we finally knocked Mogwai, the Goblin Warlord, out of the game. This is his former capital here, and we're getting ready to move on to, with this army, at least here, is getting ready to move on to the Necromancer underground, their capital just across this underground lake here, but I do have Wild Hunt active, so should be able to float right across that as long as no one disjuncts it. And then above ground here, we're closing in on the Dreadnought and their capital with this army that's going to be crossing the water here. Hopefully we can track down their leaders pretty soon and actually win this game. But until then, we got to carry on and keep looking for them. The comments and feedback for this week, not as much to go through, but a couple important clarifications and answers to my questions from you guys. The reason that I couldn't cast Mass Curse in the battle against the Dreadnought in one of the last two episodes was because they had already cast it. This comment comes from Impregnable and Ben Keeney. Apparently, if the opponent has already cast Mass Curse, you cannot also cast Mass Curse. It's like having two of the same spell up, going both directions at the same time. The game apparently does not allow you to do that, which I did not know. But what you can do is if the opponent casts Mass Curse, you can even the playing field by casting Mass Bless if you have it, because it's the exact reverse spell. So that's one way to get around that. From Impregnable and insert username, boars summoned by Horn Gods start with magic buffs, Awakened Spirit and Savage Rage. That's this summon Erminthian boar thing that the Horn Gods have here. It's interesting because not only does Savage Rage allow them to break walls and Awakened Spirit makes them a lot more dangerous, they actually do they have a pretty good amount of attack power. They're a bit of a glass cannon, but they can do some damage. But also, if I have Storm Sisters around, which this army doesn't right now, but they used to, you could actually dispel, or really any unit that has dispel, you can dispel the buffs that are on those boars, and by doing so farm more XP. So the Horned God gets XP for summoning the boar, and then your other magic units can dispel those effects for XP for themselves. So kind of a cool little trick there. And then from Jared Richardson, Chris Lighthawk, All-Terrain Killer Shark, and Blurry Intervision, Dominate has a 3-turn cooldown. So basically when I was trying to dominate the troll when I was fighting Mogwai here, I could have tried to dominate it again after the cooldown wore off, which I forgot about that the dominate items having that 3-turn cooldown. So basically by the time it's worn off, you can try it again. Alternatively, my leader also has a conversion staff that I completely forgot about, which I'm going to try to make use of in the coming turns. But he's got this staff here that both weakens and converts enemy units, which is great because you weaken them first and it makes the conversion easier. So I will be using that probably to try to pick up this troll over in this city here. So yeah, that's pretty much all the feedback for this week. Let's just jump right into some gameplay. We did have some level ups. For my leader, it's kind of just sort of whatever at this point. I think that because of the role I've kind of put him in, I'll probably stack more melee strength on him, because I'm kind of turning him into a bit of a tank here, and I'll just leave him with that. For the Dreadnought, still working towards destabilized mana core. I mean, I can actually get it now, but I need more casting points to actually make use of it. For that, I need Invention, the next level of Invention, which is 7, and I don't have enough upgrade points for that yet. I do have 3 to spend because in 7 and 3 would be 10, and then another 5 for destabilized mana core. So I could spend 3 on something if I want to. I could give him a little bit more defense. I think that's one of the only things. I could give him True Sight. I'll just go with the extra, I think, defense, just because that's the only other thing that's exactly 3, or anything with 2 would be fine as well. But I don't see anything that particularly stands out to me. I've got plenty of Firstborn around for tunneling, so I don't need that. Wall climbing isn't useful when I have my tier 7 spell up, Wild Hunt. So yeah, I'm just gonna grab some extra defense, I guess, just because there's no reason really not to. And then everything else can go towards the next level of Invention and destabilized mana core. So we'll do that. So Mogwai has finally lost. Goodbye. Dwarves are happy, 290. So my strategy of vassalizing and then reabsorbing their cities seems to be working, and we're gonna keep trying to buff that up. They do have. Oh, this guy has a quest for me. I am not going to do this. Tell me more and decline. I don't have time to do that. The observatory next in queue, Archdruid's Dolmen. I think this city is still trying to get that Grand Palace. Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and do that. If they have the happiness for it, we can hurry production on that. That gets me more casting points to work with. City of Terek auto-completed the Galleon, which is great. I think I already covered that in the last episode. Archdruid's Dolmen is done here, and we're just kind of doing the henge and all the druid buildings at this point. I will go ahead and maybe just throw on, I don't know, a Prismatic Spire, just in case it auto-completes production there. Whole bunch of population growth in my brand new city that I just took from the goblins and then migrated to the dwarves. And more longbows under production here. They are now spawning them in the water, which is not really what I want. But, alright. And we'll have him. I believe I was sending a bunch of range units out this way to the front line, kind of defend against the encroaching dreadnought who keeps trying to take this city back. Yeah, that's right, because I was sending most of my big armies up and away across the water to go after the dreadnought elsewhere. So yeah, I think any extra spillover units from here are just going to run up that way, except for the hunter, which I was going to put on that tile, I think. I still wanted to keep the hunters around the water. Somebody did mention that with Wild Hunt, you can really send any unit onto the water, but I still want to keep the hunters near this city because if Wild Hunt got disjuncted, any units that were on the water would drown. So it's still better to have units that can... if you're going to end your turn, it's better to end your turn with units on the water that can be on the water anyway, that has swimming, floating, or flying. For Zorzu, this dwarf metropolis is upgrading, and I think we'll let them carry on with their upgrades. Excuse me. Dwarf Firstborn is done here. They should have an auto route thing set up, and forge an alliance with that dwarf city down there. All right, so Mogwai City awaits its fate. We're gonna migrate all of these to dwarves. Everything is dwarves. We're gonna buddy up. We're just rushing that dwarf upgrade. I have no use for goblin units, so in fact, I especially have no use for goblin units now because I'm up against a necromancer and a dreadnought. So, in fact, previously I really didn't have any use for them because the other person I was up against was a goblin warlord, so poison damage was not going to do a lot to them either. Wethras, this high elf metropolis. You know what? I think Wethras can stop making archers. I think I've got enough, and micromanaging them is becoming a bit excessive. So I'm just gonna put this city on... Oh, Wethras never actually did finish the Masters Guild. I forgot about that. I just went straight into archers. We'll go ahead and work towards that. I think I have enough archers. I've got a huge army here and plenty more headed towards that next city. So yeah, let's do that. The city's probably plenty happy, so we can go ahead and hurry production of a few buildings here. Yeah, just kind of do all that. Let's see, what was this guy doing out here? I think I was building a fort somewhere. Probably here, actually. Was it there? I think I wanted to get a fort by this, this structure up here, although I don't remember what I was planning on clearing that with. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just stick it here. Because the city growth thing doesn't really do me any good. And neither does the research, so I'll just stick it here, I guess. I don't really have units to go clear that right now, but I guess once these armies cross over into the Dreadnought land, I could pull these guys back and go fight it. I probably have more Griffin Riders being produced, yeah, so they could go help too. Shouldn't be a very difficult battle. This guy can finally continue work on this road here safely. So I'm going to have that curve kind of down and go right over the top of that mountain range there, straight into that city. And yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Eagle's still doing a great job, just scouting. That's all I really need him to do. We got more... What city is this? Oh yeah, I was stacking more Storm Sisters around that and kind of around this cave entrance. But that's actually not nearly as much of a concern anymore with Mogwai out of the picture, so... I'm mostly going to leave a lot of these units stationed back here, simply out of sheer laziness. I just don't feel like moving all of them, except for maybe those Storm Sisters. I think those... Yeah, I actually do want them up at the front line to assist with defending that city. They can follow that brand new road I've been building. In fact, these ones too, I think, can come along. They should all have resurgence. Yeah, you know what? I will bring all these up. Because they would be useful against the Dreadnought. And then I'll bring over a Griffin to make each of those a 5-stack. Alright. And then I think I've got this one coming too. Alright. So still quite a few more units moving up to the front there. I think back at this city, I'm probably reaching a point where I can actually cancel unit production here as well. I just don't need this many units. I think we can slow it down a bit. The Storm Sisters, I have plenty. And at this point, the High Elf Shamans really don't help me much. There's really nothing I can do a significant amount of poison damage to. So, if anything, it would just be more Storm Sisters. Or I'll just do like the Druid upgrades for Henge and whatnot. Alright. Another nice big stack of archers moving in. And the rest, I believe, have auto orders. Maybe this guy doesn't. And we're kind of just leapfrogging over each other here. I don't need these three guarding that cave entrance anymore, so they can move up. And the galleons can stay there, and you guys need to stay here. The dwarves got beat up pretty bad. Okay, we're at the confirm army movement stage, so I think I can just do that, and we're at the end of the turn. Alright, so, is there any spell casting I need to do? I don't think there is. I think I just need to reinforce Wild Hunt, and I can't do that anymore on this turn. So we're gonna throw down a quick save and move on to the next turn. Did that dungeon never get cleared? Oh yeah, it did. It's just I haven't absorbed the city yet, which is fine. Alrighty. I'm gonna make the dwarves really, really happy down here with migrating all these cities to them. We're just absolutely kicking the goblins out. That is just looks like a massive city. Dang. Alright. Mersoth is moving. Mersoth, I don't know what they're going to be doing. Like, I'm trying to think what the path is for them to get to me. And it's kind of this bizarre path that goes down here by this haunted boneyard that's still active. That's good to know. But they don't really have any fast way of getting to me. Jasmine, on the other hand, has been really trying to come across the water up here, but I think those days are almost over because I've got nice big army closing in on them now. Did hear some stuff moving around over here. Her turn's still taking a reasonable amount of time. She might have a lot of units packed in back there somewhere. Okay, random big beetle. I think we can probably auto that one. would certainly hope. Alright. Let's see, where do we get an item first things first? Okay, got an egg for the sorcerer. Now, I need my Eagle Scout. I want to see what's up ahead before rushing in. That city, not enough to stop both of these armies. Too many Storm Sisters in that one. Not everyone can make it there on this turn. What I think I'm gonna do is, let's see, you know, how far can you go? You can get up pretty far. I'm gonna scout a little further with the eagle in this direction. Looks a little quiet. Alright. I think what I'm gonna do is move these guys up to here. Move the Sorcerer's Army up to... Oh wait, the Sorcerer's Army can only get this far. Alright, well that's what we'll base the movement off of then. Can add that Griffin Rider into that army. And then go right here. I feel pretty good about that. This area seems pretty quiet. That gets everybody on land and now firmly in the Dreadnought's territory. There's my third galleon, so even if something tries coming across the water, it's not going to be able to do anything. I think at this point I can send these guys back to clear that structure for the fort. I'll go ahead and do that now. I'll have a Griffin Rider on the next turn. We can move that builder off of that structure and see what we got here. Public baths are done. I'm going to... How happy are you? 831. We can spare a little extra for some more production. And I did just get my Grand Palace out here, which is great. I got mana from one of my cities that I don't really need. $405 gold out of a Praise the Leader festival. That's always nice. Never did. I may as well just toss down a Prismatic Spire in this city. Orleanise is such a good city. And at this point, just building any druid structures I can to max out my to get my max mana pool higher. There's another Grand Palace right there. Could build Temper of the Eternal Serpent here. That actually might not be bad, because then I could produce units that have healing, which is something that I actually could use. Yeah, we'll keep this guy moving forward. Alright, now let's get that road down like this. Remove some of these guys. Oh, cancel that. You out of movement? He is. Oh, they really want to take the new road. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose track of that builder, looping them in with it like this. Alright, nice big stack of archers there. They don't do a ton against machines, but they at least do have arcane arrows, which gives them some shock damage. Paired with the Storm Sisters, it should be more than enough to hold. so many tier 1 and tier 2 units. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this city. One of Mogwai's leftovers. This is just another one we can turn around and give to the dwarves. I am going to... We'll send my leader in. And see if we can snag that troll with the conversion staff. My leader could basically solo everything else here, but we will try to get that troll at least. I just need to make sure that I don't kill it, so I will go ahead and bring up the others. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and zap these guys. And just take them out with Storm Sisters, I think. The troll is run off by himself, which is good. That's what we want. The Manticore Rider will most likely come out and attack one of those Storm Sisters now. But we can at least protect their flanks. Actually, they don't need their flanks protected. So I'll just leave these guys and wait to petrify. Okay, now I want to heal the Storm Sister. You know what? We'll just go beat the snot out of the Manticore Rider. Alright, he wanted to go pick a fight with the Earth Elemental, which is fine with me. If I can manage to stun or petrify him, I can get some much needed heals off here. There we go. Actually, I guess he can stay there. He's gonna regrow health. Alright, then what I can do is use weakening. There it is. Which is great because it always works. Love that effect. And now he's weakened, his guard is down. We can go for the convert. %. Got it. Always nice to have some tame trolls hanging around. And they're not technically considered a goblin unit, so me migrating all the cities away from being goblins doesn't make them mad at me. They're a unit the goblins can unlock through racial governance upgrades, but they're not actually goblins themselves. Alright. Now where does everyone need to go? Knoll, I guess, is next. Or Srock. Actually, there's several cities back there. Yeah, I'll just kind of keep moving. Keep moving back with this army. Or, actually, if I go... I could ignore those other cities. I don't really need them. I could go this way and, let's see, cave entrance. There's one there. Is there one maybe a little closer to the Dreadnought? Having one right behind them would be handy. There's one there. Where's that? Near Yair? I'll start making my way that way. It might be fun to have my leader's army flank around and surprise them from the back. I'll do that. And there's still other cities I can grab along the way. And another one to migrate to the dwarves. We'll have that firstborn race governance upgrade in no time. Alright, as for the rest of these guys, we still need to kind of maybe micromanage who's with who here for a little bit, just to make sure everyone gets healed. We're gonna drop basically anyone healthy from my leader's army here. and add anyone who is still injured, which is going to be pretty much all 4 of those guys. We would get as much healing out of them as possible. And we don't need the builder moving forward with the main army stacks. See, you guys can probably, cave crawling, so you can go up and around. I think I'm going to use that haste berries for the people who are a little bit further back. Maybe I should have used it for them. Yeah, those dwarves actually don't need it, so I'll take it with these guys. Oh, never mind. That was a stack of 3, not... That's why. Dang it. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I think they can still catch up anyway. So I will put you there. I will put you here. We can fit these guys in. Now I can move one more. And we can fit all 3 of them in on that stack. Really struggling with counting here. Alright, there we go. And I actually am going to continue to build a road here. I'll probably build it right across that river. And make a bridge there anyway. Just because I think I would rather... if the Necromancer's going to throw anything at me, I think I would rather focus the choke point at this little spot here underground than having him go around and hit me from a weird flank somewhere that I'm not expecting. Right. And actually, I could move the builder up 1 more on this turn. Technically, I could move him up 2 more. But that would leave him in a stack that I need. Oh, he could move back out of there. Yeah, I could do this. Get fancy with the movement here. Get 1 more road, or 2 more roads built, technically. Like that. And move the leader back on that tile. Okay. So he could actually probably get the bridge up on the next turn. This is... we're at confirm army movement. Which I want to click that. And... whoops, I did not mean to end my turn. Nuts! That's why I don't always use... part of the reason why I don't always use that army auto move functionality. I didn't reinforce Wild Hunt. I did not mean to end my turn there. I was just clicking to confirm army movement. But I'm just really clumsy with the rally points and the auto moves. That's why I a lot of times do everything manually. I know there's like, if you do everything else, you can click end turn and then it auto moves everything. That's probably what I should have done, but I was just following the button prompts. Alright, well, we just wasted a turn spell casting. Hopefully they don't disjunct Wild Hunt. That would really suck, because I don't want to have to recast it. Alright, they did not disjunct Wild Hunt. Before anything else happens, I am going, because I'm not going to lead any of my leader spells probably. So before I do anything else, I'm going to reinforce it. Overview panel, let's go to spells, Wild Hunt. Reinforce that all the way up to 177. Looks good. Did get Temple of the Eternal Serpent done. I think that may have been a hurry production. Yeah. Because that was going to take 2 turns. It was. And we'll start cranking out a few feathered serpents. Maybe just like 3 of them for now, just to have a few extra healers for that Dreadnought army. Ah, Gold Wyvern's already ready. It just hatched. Perfect. I think I can sell that red one. Okay, a few more happiness events popping up here and there. Getting those almost every turn now because I have so many cities. Plug in now dwarves. We can do the Archdruid Dolmen. Just continue spamming my class buildings everywhere. I'm going to do the hospital first to get that happiness up. Goblins are unhappy. I shouldn't be surprised there. I think I got another, yeah, I got another autocomplete production here, so that navy is coming along quite nicely. Just in time for it to really not be needed, it appears. But, you know, that's just how I roll in this game. Alright, who wants to launch the attack? We'll send the sorcerer in. Alright, let's knock out one of the Dreadnought's core cities. Alright, well we know what that... Oh, well, okay, now that me casting, reinforcing my spell comes back to bite me, because I can't actually counter that with Mass Bless. I've already used all my casting points for this turn. But what I can do is absolutely spam nasty spells with my sorcerer. Let's start with Chaos Rift. Actually, just in case they disjunct it, let's start with Thunderstorm. Also going to move up the Earth Elemental to draw some fire while the Storm Sisters come around from the side. If I can get them up over the walls. Actually, they don't even need to be over the walls. They could do a lot of damage. And let's see, that snake could take a hit or two, so let's move him up, but keep him far enough away from the Earth Elemental that the Juggernauts have to pick one or the other. And we'll fly the Griffin around the side. Okay, she disjuncted Thunderstorm, but that's okay. I would rather... Oh my gosh, with the crits. One Storm Sister down. They'll come back, it's fine. Alright, gonna have to back you off. And we'll get Chaos Rift going. Alright, they'll deal with the cannons. The Shaman needs to heal this guy down here, I think. Warlord needs to go barreling in. And turn on defense there, I think. And use the Sacrificial Storm Sisters to just desperately try to stun that flame tank before it can do any more damage than it already has. There we go. Those things are just absolute monstrosities. Okay, I think everyone's alright. Other than potential Storm Sister casualties, but we're not worried about that. Well, okay, that one can't come back. But griffins are replaceable. Oh, for a second I thought this was my hero. No, my hero is doing fine. Right, let's stun lock more of these. I think that was a success on that one. That one succeeded. We can finish them off. And now all their stuff starts breaking. Okay, that cannon isn't going to be reloading anytime soon. We need to get Mark Blood Sacrifice on somebody here. And I'll try to get this guy up over the wall so he's not taking extra damage. Oh, Mark Blood Sacrifice did not matter. Okay, so Griffin Rider down, but otherwise we're fine. Might send one back. Yeah, we'll just take this guy and start moving him towards the front line. They're mostly just operating as cannon fodder at this point, but I guess that's better than nothing. Technically speaking, this spot does not have a road on the city center tile itself, so I'm going to take care of that. And then I think what I'll do is take this and start building a more southern road down and around this way. That way there's two different paths converging on this city. And now I can just absolutely fill this up the rest of the way with Storm Sisters. I actually have too many units here. I can't fit that many in here. Maybe I'll send some across the water to go back up the others. Prismatic Spire is really the only thing left for this city to make. Nothing else is really useful, so I'll just let that finish, and then we'll go to full-time merchandise. Still seems like it's useful for me to keep making more of these Griffin Riders. They're just getting killed, but at the very least, they're not too difficult for me to make more of them. And it's not like I'm having any financial issues at this point. Alright, how is my Dwarf Race Governance going? Because I don't think I want to release Balag, or Balag, or however you pronounce that. It's kind of right along the path that my units are moving forward on. I think, let's see here. Race Governance would be Diplomacy, Dwarves, Race Governance 3. I'm getting... Oh, I'm actually, on the next turn, I'm going to hit the next... Yeah, on the next turn, I will hit the next threshold with them. Which I think I technically need 2 more before Meteoric Armor. So I got to keep at it, but I think for all these other cities, I may do the Vassal Release Reabsorb thing. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. You know what, we'll send the Troll. Actually, the Troll would not do well against all the fire from the Dreadnought, so I will let him go down to where the other armies are. My leader's army will continue this direction. Oh good, there's haste berries there to help out. And this city, I think I will release this one as a vassal. Oh, not before selling. Holy crap. There's Warlord and Sorcerer class buildings to sell in here. I'll sell all those. That's a lot of extra cash. We'll just do that. I'm sure there's actually a few other cities that I could do the same in, including Balag probably, or whatever it is. Let's check. That one just has Warlord stuff. So we'll sell off all that. This is a dwarf city. I think this one, I will let them join my empire, and then immediately release them as a vassal. Maybe after selling their sorcerer stuff. Human city, I'm just going to absorb as it is. I don't have any reason to make the humans mad at me right now. And they're a little further away from any dwarf stuff, so it would take longer to migrate the city. Okay, well, a little random side battle here. Been a while since I've done a small scale one like this. This will just be a nice extra little 20 gold per turn. Alright, hopefully I can hit this thing with enough arrows to take it out before it actually does any damage to anything. 3 to 5, this is basically 3 to 6, slightly better. And should be enough to kill, oh, only if I do max damage. They'll probably just come in and use Ice Nova, so not worried about it. I'd rather not lose that Draconian Raptor. I can't make any more of those. The archers and all those other units are more or less expendable. Yeah, I think I just lost a hunter, which is... I don't mind trading a hunter for an extra 20 gold per turn right now. Plus whatever items are in here. They're all useless. Well, that one's not useless, but I have better shield items. Sell it for gold. Nice, alright. A little extra boost to my economy there. I guess I do have another Griffin Rider already en route. Here? Yep, there's always a replacement. Although he is kind of lagging everyone else behind, I sort of want to keep moving forward. They did take quite a hit, though. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold up for a minute. Let's scout ahead with that eagle and see what he can spot. Let's see, we got... You can probably afford to go one more space. A lot of cannons, a lot of flame tanks. I will have to really use spells a lot in that battle. I will need to make sure my leader has casting points for that one. I'm going to move some of these people up. Maybe just to like here. That way I can kind of keep an eye on where those units move. Because that warlord of mine has a really nice line of sight. You know what? We'll just have them stay there. Okay, you guys. We can cross on over. I am going to go ahead and build a road out ahead for everyone. Just to increase movement. And we'll have it cross over right here. Alright. Now it's time to just go pouring in. I do want the Horned Gods. Well, actually, no, I need to keep the units that need healing with the person who can heal them. So we'll drop that firstborn because he is already all patched up. Add this one here who has just a little bit of damage left on him. And then move them forward as not quite as far as they can go. I want to make sure everyone can keep up with each other. Another full stack of 6 firstborn. Can reach to there. This guy's kind of playing catch up. How much movement does he have if he stops here? 0, okay. Yeah, I think everyone can easily make it here. Alright, we have a straight lines right to their capital, not to mention some of their other cities around here, which is way back behind where I have any other units. So this is like I'm kind of like gonna pop up right in the middle of their heartland. I'm gonna take their capital first though, to try to lure their leader into coming to pick a fight with me. Okay. Let's get this city built here. Alright, we are at the point where I think if it says confirm army movement, I'm going to do this differently this time. It doesn't matter as much because I've already used my casting points this turn, but I think if you just end turn, it'll move everything. Although it said after automatic movement, some of my armies have moves left. Oh, that's because they're getting... Yeah, I need to reset the rally point on that city. It needs to go forward. They were moving to the cave entrance, which is an old rally point that I don't really need anymore. I think instead at this point, probably that bridge is a good rally point. Okay. I can do that. And we'll move on to the next turn and see what happens. Marisoth should be getting a little concerned when units start popping up out of nowhere right next to her capital. I really like this spot too because if they try to come at me, I can stack 3 units here and they can only hit with 1 army trying to cross that bridge. Not that I anticipate I'm going to have to retreat versus Marisoth, but still kind of a nice little safety feature. Domain invasion at Frischkaden. That's probably... I think that's this city. Yeah, that's just these guys moving around down here. They're not scary. More than enough Storm Sisters packed into that city to deal with anything they throw at me. Alright, let's get the megalith there. More magic. Prismatic Spire is done here. I believe this city has everything it needs to just go into merchandise full time for the rest of the game. Got another Praise the Leader festival there, and my final boat is done. So they are just gonna kind of hang out. I'm gonna say right about here. Just generally, we'll put them there, just generally near that structure in case they need to make use of it. Hospital, Great Temple is next. Let's queue up something after that. Dwarves are now very happy, and I think I just got their next race governance. Yeah, I did. This city is going to be one that I release as vassal and then reabsorb. I don't think I'm going to fully upgrade that one. I think we're a little too late in the game to start a full upgrade chain on a brand new tiny little city. Alright, for this next one. Improved mountaineering or items produced in Arcane Forge and Dwarven cities are cheaper. I'll just take the improved mountaineering, I guess. Neither one really matters. I'm not forging any more items, and if I do, I already have a city set up to do it. So, yeah. We'll take the improved mountaineering, and then next up is... Oh, Baktop offers a tribute. I'll take the 50 mana because the goblins aren't going to be happy to work for me. I forgot that this city is... You know what? Hang on. That's goblin, right? I'm going to absorb them and then immediately migrate them to dwarves. Sorry, you've been tricked. That's a betrayal. Better armor for my sorcerer here. Much better armor, considering the cannons. And can I reach the city without... Let's edge in here. Yeah, it looks like the way they've got this set up, I could hit them pretty hard right now. Can you reach? No, he's just out of range. That's okay. We'll bring the eagle in on this one. Just try to be careful with him. He's made a great scout. Oh wait, I can't reach with any of them. I just need to make sure they can't reach me. Which they can't. Alright, we'll do this. We'll split the eagle back. Send him forward. And that army in the back can't quite make it to where they are. So I can't get fully surrounded. I think this city's done. I think that's everything for them. So we're off to produce merch for the rest of the game. Same thing with this one. That's just less notifications per turn, which makes me happy. Getting Praise the Leader festivals all over the place. And I think Tarok is in a position where it can also just do merchandise indefinitely. The only other thing I can think of here that might have been something I could have done is make the Solar Spire and the Enchanted Armory. Could have made some pretty good human halberdiers, which might have been kind of a nice little handy thing to have against the Manticore Riders, but they're not really useful anymore. So, yeah, I think at this point, infinite merch on that one. The only thing I'd probably ever build in that city is more boats in case they sunk some of mine, but I kind of don't anticipate that's going to happen. Let's see here. How do I want to... Because I had like a lot of archers moving into the city. For the road, let's just keep building that straight back. I think I'll take... we'll take a couple archers up north. Stack one more Storm Sister in here. There, full stack of Storm Sisters, full stack of longbows. Nobody's sieging this city. And back to this army, which is getting ready for a great big party in the Necromancer's capital. Probably on the next turn. Let's move up. Can't quite reach there yet, but I can grab that lucky clover field. I think what I'll do is move them there, the two Horn Gods, because I want them to be stacked with my Dreadnought. Anyone who's still injured at all goes with her. And then at this point, it doesn't matter. I think everyone else is fully healed. So we'll do him, have them grab the lucky clover field, and then everyone else kind of stack on or around them. I may actually put the Tame Troll in there too on the next turn. This is not the sight you want to see show up next to your capital when you're a Necromancer. All those Firstborns and a Dreadnought with fire stuff. Not a good day. Hey, what are you guys doing back here? I will deal with them on the next turn. They're just kind of in the way. You know what? If I'm gonna set up shop here, may as well build a fortress right there. Where's my builder? Oh, there he is. I don't really have a lot left for these guys to do. There may be some scattered little resource structures I haven't quite picked up, but nothing of any huge importance that I'm aware of. So I'll probably just have him go chill out at this fort down here until I decide what I want him to do. I guess you could always build towers with him. That's always handy. Maybe put one down there. Keep an eye on the Necromancer. Alright, guys. Let's see. Where was that cave entrance I was targeting? It was up there somewhere. It's right there. That's it. Near Yair. So the path that I need to follow goes through this city, then it gets weird. Probably... Yeah, I need to go through this city, take the bridge across, then get across. There's more haste berries that I can use. I can get up to Yair. If I still have floating, I can cross, and yeah, that'll work. Alright. So for now, haste berries. Run in here. We'll do a quick manual combat here, just to try to snag this troll. Because I believe that's another tame troll. Yes, it is. Alright. This should be pretty quick and easy. Alright, so what I can do is let him come to me, hit one of these guys, then counterattack so he lowers his guard, and then I have a string of things I want to do to him, because I forgot my leader also has Curse. I think he might go after that Storm Sister. I think I left her in range. No, maybe not. Okay, so he let his guard down. Next, what I want to do is petrify him. Actually, the next thing I want to do is weaken him, because that's a guaranteed success. So, weakening, then petrify. Okay. Collect everyone around him. In fact, just for XP, I can throw out stuns on him. Then what I can do is curse him. He resisted, but that's fine. We can try convert on the next turn. And we can also petrify again. Okay, convert. Got another one. Just keep picking those up as I go. That's fine with me. Oh, it put him right on the wizard tower. I was going to clear that this turn. I guess I still can. It's just going to draw that troll in, which I don't really need. Let's see what's in there, so I know who to bring. A couple snakes. Not good sign for the shock serpent, or for the earth elementals. The rest of it's pretty easy. Bring the Storm Sisters on this one. Although they're probably even less useful than the earth elementals. I got that nasty shock weakness though. The Storm Sisters can at least stun the other apprentices, so I'll bring them. And these guys at least have healing, so this actually could be a slightly difficult fight. But I can always, like, summon a Beast Horde or something. In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I don't feel like risking losing any of these Earth Elementals. I've got mana, I'll use it. 300 casting points per turn at this point. That ought to mix everybody up. Okay, good. Got some of them to run one way and some of them to run the other. Now, I think my leader has 100% shock resistance, so I'm going to have him actually tank those snakes. He should be fine if I put him right there, because they can do a little bit of physical damage to him, but that's about it. I'll have everyone else back off as much as possible to make it very inconvenient for the snakes to do anything else. And we'll have my penguin tank for the... We'll use the penguin to tank for the earth elementals. Yeah, they have no interest in going after my leader, and I don't blame them. Okay, then what I can do is use up action points with Storm Sisters, I think. Setting him on fire is a nice trick, too. Penguin, sacrifice yourself. Oh, that didn't work. Goodness. Everybody is stunned. Oh, I forgot these guys have Petrify. That would have probably been a better thing to use. He's out of action. Well, he's not quite out of action points now. There. I should have done that in the first place. Alright, you. Attack snake thing. know I've got other stuff spawning all over the place, but for the sake of time, I'm kind of ignoring most of my additional spawns and focusing just on the main 6 units. Maybe I should actually do something about that. Although, to be honest, I think I'd rather the XP go to units that are just gonna stick around. Let's see, there you go, good job, buddy. Well, this is just a mess. That poor guy is just confused. There's all these animals up here. You know what? Let's web him up. There we go. Go get him. I think he's the only one left. Alright, I think we can turn this off. Go get him. There we go. Alright. Gabriel's Enchanted Soft Shoes. Great Reawakening. Resurrects a random friendly unit each combat round. Resurrected units are brought... That's pretty good. That's a really good spell. And these shoes. 3 defense and 40% fire protection. Would rather have Tireless on this guy, but maybe these would be useful for somebody else. Oh, those would be really good for my Sorcerer, because she's dealing with fire damage units. I'll send those her way. That'll show up in a couple turns. City awaits its fate. I think we all know what's going to happen to that city. It's going to get migrated to dwarves. I am like the best thing that's ever happened to the dwarves. I am losing alignment, though, pretty quickly. I am at slightly good. I might want to hold off. No. There's not really any reason for me to keep my alignment at any particular level. I can summon archangels, but I haven't summoned any, so... Oh, there's another wizard tower right there. I may run down and grab that too. Could be fun. Alright, we are at confirm army movement stage. I'm going to actually... let's see here. I'm going to actually wrap this one up. I think this episode, it's about done here. So we'll, in the next episode, I'll move on to sieging the Necromancer's capital. And hopefully the Dreadnought's capital too. Hopefully we'll get to siege both capitals in the next episode. Which would be maybe a first for my videos. I'm not really sure if I've ever actually done that before. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks so much for watching. I am planning to do one more this week. I think on a normal rotating basis, I'll probably be doing 2 a week. But I think that anytime I know I'm going to be gone in a forthcoming weekend, I'll probably try to do 3 to make it up a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Dawson Horner, Jimbro, Sarah Feingold, and Tarsak. Thanks so much, everybody.